Hi writers, it's Megan in All Writers Welcome. I want to talk about procrastination. Let's do it. Let's get it all out. Let's get real. I am a procrastination queen. I know procrastination is something that plagues writers. We've talked about it some in the group. If you're a procrastinator, I totally feel you. I'm not coming at procrastination from a place of getting things done on time and feeling high and mighty about it. Nope. I have worked long and hard and struggled with procrastination. I learned to juggle my senior year of college because I was supposed to be writing my senior thesis. I did that too, but it probably would have been better if I also hadn't learned to juggle. So I really am coming at this from a place of compassion and from wanting to give you some real solutions if procrastination is something you struggle with. Specifically, I want to give you the number one way to combat procrastination. Hands down, the most effective thing you can do. Because what it's going to do is make it more uncomfortable to procrastinate than to do the thing that you're trying to do. And that's how we work, right? We do the things that are comfortable. And so if you follow this one simple thing, it will make procrastination more uncomfortable. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is get clear on the type of procrastination we're talking about, because we've all had the experience of putting off something we know is going to get done anyway. This would be a school project, a work project, planning a party, anything that has an external deadline that you know you're going to get done anyway. You might put that off and do it at the last minute. I'm not worried about that. If that works for you, some people work really well under pressure and I leave it to the last 24 hours and then I do it and it's great. Fantastic. That is not the kind of procrastination I'm talking about, because you've got a solution. You're getting done what you need to get done. So that was like me with my paper at school. I put it off and put it off. If I would have started earlier, would have been better, but it got done because it had that external deadline. The kind of procrastination I want to give you a solution for is the kind that you face as a writer. Unless you're working with a publishing company, who is giving you your deadline? Unless you're writing for a magazine, who is giving you your deadline? Authors who are self-publishing have this open-ended time to write. There's nobody bearing down on us and saying, oh, you better do it by this time. And that is when procrastination flourishes. That is when we are putting off doing something, even though it's our dream, even though we really, really want to put our book out. Okay, so that's the kind of procrastination I'm talking about, and that's the kind of procrastination I'm going to give you a tip to fight. Here's the reason that procrastination is so attractive. It pits something concrete, like watching the next episode of your favorite Netflix show, against something abstract, like working on your book. Working on your book, what does that even mean, right? And our brains will always choose the more concrete activity. And it might not even be something that we enjoy more. Doing a load of laundry, packing your kids' lunches, cleaning your house, returning work emails, all of those things are more concrete. So it's not simply that we're just in it for instant gratification. All those other tasks can easily take us away from writing because our brain knows what's involved in them. So anytime I have something really known and really concrete against something really abstract, the abstract thing usually loses out. Because you don't know what you're not doing. You don't know what you're missing out on. So here it is. The number one thing to do to combat procrastination is to make the project you want to work on really clearly laid out and concrete. That's it. That's what you need to do. Because then the decision won't be between writing my book and doing the laundry. It'll be between drafting chapter 2, which is where my characters go to the farm and meet Earl, versus doing laundry. And that puts your brain in a really uncomfortable position because all of a sudden you know what you're saying no to. right? You're rejecting your book. You're saying, no, I'm not going to write chapter 2 where they go to the farm. How does that feel? How does that feel to reject a specific action that's related to writing your book? It feels awful, right? We're rejecting our dream. We're pushing it away. We're saying, no, I would rather fold socks than work on chapter 2 and move my story forward. Really? What do we really know? Okay, so if you just take that simple step, if you get really clear on what the concrete view is of your writing, it will be so uncomfortable to say no to, right? It will just be awful. You'll know what you're rejecting. Do you want to make it even more uncomfortable? Do you want to push yourself even more? Do you want to get rid of your procrastination faster? Take those same concrete tasks that you know now you're rejecting and put them into a time frame. And if you have mapped out some deadlines for yourself and you know that if you spent this week working on chapter 2, you could be done with chapter 2 on Saturday. How does that feel? To not simply reject, I'm sitting down to do whatever else I'm doing, whether it's housework, something for my 9-to-5 job, something even enjoyable. If I'm sitting down to do that and I know what I am not doing is finishing chapter 2 by Saturday, oh boy, that is a big dose of discomfort. So that's the way to get through the procrastination. You have to make what you're not doing so real to you that it becomes incredibly uncomfortable for you to push it aside and do something else. All right. So the obvious question is, what are the steps involved and how do I know when I could be finishing them? I'm so glad you asked, because Ella and I are doing another of our free trainings today that is how to write, market, and publish your book in 4 months. And this training consists of going through the calendar. That's something that you walk away with. You get a free copy of our calendar at the end of the training. And we walk through the combined marketing, publishing, and writing tasks and put them into a time construct. Oh my goodness. If you want to blow through your procrastination, come join us tonight. Come home with your calendar. And then you're looking at it and you're going, okay, am I watching yet another episode of Midnight Texas, or am I doing my lightning start and then all the rest of the tasks and I'll be done at the end of week 1? That's a much easier decision to make, right? It's a pretty clear choice because you know what you're saying no to. So if you are like I am, if you're a lifelong procrastinator, if you find yourself always doing other things besides your writing, and this might be things that are important. It might be taking care of everybody else in your life. It might be doing things that just feel so urgent you have to do them. Even if that's the case, even if you say, I'm not wasting my time, I really am working on important stuff. Even if that's the case, you're still procrastinating from doing your writing. And once you see what you could be accomplishing in your writing, once you see concretely what it is, and once you know when you could have it finished by, it's going to be uncomfortable to push your writing to the side. And if you follow the 4-month calendar, you think 4 months is not a very long time. Wouldn't you be able to ask people in your life for a little bit extra support for 4 months? Could you say to your family, could you say to your friends, for the next 4 months, I'm really going to dig in and I'm really going to do something that's important to me. I might not be available for as many game nights. I might not be cooking as many meals if you're the cook in your family. Hey guys, everybody do his own laundry time. Could you ask for a little bit more support in your life for the next 4 months? And I bet you could. All right. So if you are ready to kick procrastination in its soft parts and send it running, join us tonight for the free training. I'm going to put a link to that where you can sign up and register in the comments of this video, and you're going to walk away with that calendar. So warning, if you come tonight, it's going to be a lot harder to procrastinate because you're going to be looking directly at what those tasks are and what you're saying no to, if you're saying no, if you're procrastinating. All right, y'all. I hope we will see you tonight on the training. I'll put the link in the comments. And from one lifelong procrastinator to others, if you're a procrastinator, it really is so powerful if you just make it easier to do the thing you want to do by looking at the task involved. It really does work. I've been using this strategy for years, and it really does make a difference. All right, take care. Hope you're having a fantastic writing day. Bye-bye.